Hey everyone, Josh here, WarGamingNewb Historical, back with another hobby vlog this time around. It is the Bolt Action 3rd edition. Yesterday, Warlord Games released an article or vlog about how army composition or army building for 3rd edition will be worked out. I'm not going to summarize the entirety of the article. In fact, I've linked it below, so if you want to take a look at that, go ahead. What I do want to go through a little bit is one of the major changes that are going to be part of the army building or platoon building for Bolt Action 3rd edition. One of the main things that they stress in the article is that the reinforced platoon will no longer be an option in 3rd edition. For those of you who aren't aware, in 2nd edition, reinforced platoon was the catch-all for you to be able to use all the toys that you could, with some limitations, when it came to building an army. So you could basically use most of your miniatures, most of your vehicles in this kind of generic platoon. That said, in 3rd edition they have gone rid of that, and they have made platoon building a lot easier. And I'm going to show on the screen here some of the examples that they posted or that they included in the article. And then after that, obviously go ahead and take a look at the article yourself. We are just a couple months away from the release of 3rd edition, so that's pretty exciting. And again, because force building, platoon building is such a humongous and fun part about Bolt Action, it's great that they started this off with that article. Again, reinforced platoon is gone, but in its place are more of a force organization chart. As you can see, we have both the rifle platoon here and the heavy weapons platoon. So they've broken it down in a more succinct manner. You will have your mandatory units that you have to have, and this is no different than army building in 2nd edition, but it's a lot clearer in what you should have in these platoons. So for a rifle platoon, in this example, requires a platoon commander right here, and then 2 infantry squads. And at this point, you build out the rest of your platoon with optional units. 0 to 2 infantry squads, so you can add 2 more, up to 2 more infantry squads. You got 0 to 1 medic, 0 to 1 forward observer for artillery or air, 0 to 1 sniper team, 0 to 1 anti-tank team, 0 to 2 light mortar unit teams, and 0 to 1 transport vehicles for the rifle platoon. So again, this is a little bit more specific. You can't throw things in there just willy-nilly. It is now more focused on building specific platoons for specific purposes in your force for Bolt Action. We have another example here. The heavy weapons platoon requires a platoon commander and then 2 machine gun teams or mortar teams. And then the optional units are 0 to 3 mortar teams, 0 to 3 machine gun teams, 0 to 3 anti-tank teams, and 0 to 1 transport vehicles. So again, makes it a little bit easier to build your force out. You will be doing it at the platoon level moving forward. Okay, so that's the first example. They bring out a couple more here. You have your engineer platoon and artillery platoon. You'll notice that the mandatory items are still there. You have your platoon commander, and then for the engineer platoon, 2 engineer squads. So just keep in mind, in a rifle platoon, you will have to have rifle infantry. In the engineer platoon, you will have to have an engineer squad. You can't intermix those. These are specific to what that platoon is supposed to be doing in the force. So just keep that in mind. Unlike in 2nd edition, where you can just add your mandatory units and whatever is available for that type of force, here it is more specific. So engineer platoon, platoon commander, 2 engineer squads, and 0 to 2 more engineer squads, 0 to 3 flamethrower teams, and 0 to 1 transport vehicles. Then you got artillery platoon. You have a 1 platoon commander, 1 artillery, anti-craft, or anti-tank gun. And then optional units are 0 to 3 more field artillery, anti-aircraft, or anti-tank guns, and then a transport vehicle or tow. And then finally, this is for vehicles. You have your armored platoon and your recce infantry platoon. Okay, so for armored platoon, you will be required to take a platoon command vehicle pulled from either the tank, tank destroyer, assault gun, self-propelled artillery, anti-aircraft vehicle, or armored car categories. and then one vehicle from the same categories. After that, you can take up to 3 more vehicles from those categories. So there's your tank or armored platoon. For a recce infantry platoon, you'll need a platoon commander and 1 infantry squad, and then your optional units are up to 3 infantry squads, up to 1 forward observer, up to 1 anti-tank team, and then the transports. So for transports, you must include enough transport vehicles, transport all models and infantry units in the platoon, and they must have the recce special rule, or be given the recce special rule at plus 10 points and all that stuff. So those are the examples that they are showing here for Bolt Action 3rd edition when it comes to army building or platoon building. It does break it down a little bit easier. You are limited to the specific units for that type of platoon. So for rifle platoon, weapons platoon, and all the other ones, you have to pick from those units. And unlike the reinforced platoon where you can pretty much pick from any category, you're more limited at that. So in any case, I think this makes it a bit easier, and you can definitely vary your force. You don't have to stick to 1 platoon for your force, because obviously, depending on the point total that you'll be playing at, you can fit a couple platoons in that force. So for me, I play 500 points. I think I could fit 1 or 2 depending on what I'm taking, and then go from there. So I want to know your thoughts on the army building for Bolt Action 3rd edition. I like it. It is a little bit more simple and easy, and then gives you the option to kind of limit what you can take in certain platoons, but that doesn't prevent you from building up your army with several different platoons for your force. So leave your comments below. Let me know what you think. And yeah, that is it. If you like this video, go ahead and click like. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, I appreciate it if you would. Click the bell notification icon to get notified of all new hobby vlog coming out of the channel, and then click the link in the description below to join our Discord server. That's the best way I can personally interact with you and chit-chat you about Bolt Action and any other game that I cover on the channel. That's it. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more hobby vlog from WarGamingNewb Historical.